What you're looking at is probably one of the only Sabal causiarum you'll see in Oregon or in Portland. Could be the only one, I have no idea. But I planted 3, I'm down to 2. This one's the biggest. In a couple months back, that frond on the left there was half out. Now it is fully out, bigger than the previous one. And the new spear is really moving. I've noticed the last couple weeks this thing has been really accelerated its growth. I put it in, I think last March or April, not this, of 2020. And it grew quickly once I stuck it in the ground. It immediately went palmate, but then this year, not as fast as I was expecting. I'm thinking it's probably working on its roots, but Sabal causiarum is like a Sabal palmetto on steroids. It's probably the biggest Sabal out there and the fastest growing. At this point in time, probably because it's a small plant, it's not growing, it's not living up to the hype, let's say. I have a Sabal minor in the back. It is slightly bigger than this, that grows at least the same rate. So it probably just needs to get some mass, but it is actually getting a little thicker at the base, and the fronds are doing pretty good. The very first kind of palmate frond that came out there got snapped off in a windstorm, unfortunately, but overall I think it's looking pretty good. I have another one. The other surviving one is kind of getting shaded out, so it's growing at a much slower rate. But hopefully, like a lot of palms, the bigger this one gets, the faster it grows. But so far doing well. Went through our ice storm in the winter pretty well, and looking forward to see what it does next year. I mean, this spear is actually moving really quick. I wouldn't be surprised if that one opens. If that one does, then we'll be at 1.5. I'd say because that one was kind of half out and this one's kind of half out. So I'd say this year we're looking at 1 frond, which is not great. But Sabals, I mean, you gotta love them. You have to have patience. Once they start growing, then they tend to do pretty well. You know, our climate is not the most ideal. I don't think that they like, well, one, we're pretty dry and very low humidity, but it's the overnight lows that I think affect them, because our nights tend to be cool, and I think they really like hot nights. But anyway, that's a little update. But it's not that, you know, here's my hand. So the fronds are not super small, but very green compared to a lot of the other Sabals that have kind of a bluish tint to them. But new spear's coming out, and so we're doing well. So hopefully come back in 10 years and you'll be looking at something interesting. Thanks for watching.